You kidding me? All I tried to do was add a moderator, and for some reason or another, that's twice today. Well, it's different than StreamYard for me. And also the vertical is a bit odd. I see somebody in the chat. I'm so sorry if you were there earlier. Probably the second time around I've done this. I was just trying to add a moderator, and apparently I touched something wrong. I've done it successfully with a lot of people, but for some reason or another, hitting the buttons again, Jeffy. I was just trying to add Brandon as a moderator, and I touched his name, and then all of a sudden it just off the screen again. I don't know. It's so weird. I need to get some real training on stuff like this. I'm gonna have to start taking a class or something. Oh. Well, I don't want to put everybody through all this again, but I just want to come back on and apologize. That's terrible. Once is bad enough. Twice is like Chad acting funny. Well, what happened was I was trying to add moderators and I touched it, and so weird. I seen that Brandon didn't have Bewizzle. He didn't have his wrench, and I wanted to make sure he's able to, check other people's channels out. That's why I like to give people wrenches. It's like I have my managing moderators and I got standard moderators. Give everybody a chance to go to another channel easily without having to think, oh, what was the name of that channel again? Yeah, I touched the wrong button again, Juanita. I don't know I was just trying to add a moderator. I was just trying to add a moderator on there, and that's all I was doing. Embarrassing. I'll tell you what. Yeah. No, it wasn't you, Swiffle. It was me. It was me. Whenever there's a technical difficulty, it's likely to be me, to be honest with you. I was just going around trying to give the people that didn't have their wrench. Yes, it is. I was just trying to add a moderator, Rob, and this is the second time this has happened to me today. Second time, but it is a common mistake. I don't know. I was just touching it to add Bewizzle. His name is Brandon, by the way, in case he comes back. I was just making him a moderator when that happened. And he's a nice guy. Got a nice channel. Yeah. But I don't know if I showed you this, Rob. Was you here when I showed this rack that I was going to be moving? This is one of my plans. Oops. Is to move that entire rack right there over here between these two red support beams going that way. And then along this way, I'm going to have my new rack, because right up there is the drops. I have 8 drops for the air system, and I'm going to have all my tanks along that way, the new ones. Guess who's back? I am so sorry, Glenn. I was trying to make a moderator. I was touching a name to add a moderator, and it just knocked me out again. I'm like, I got to stop doing this. I think the next time I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to touch anything. Hey, you are back. Hit the like button. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, David. I appreciate that. I've dropped the ball twice today. That will definitely work better. Jeff, stop touching people. Yes. I posted the new link on the last page for you, Jeff. Oh, thank you, Juanita. I appreciate that. You're probably like, okay, where's this going now? Yeah, I will. I'm really excited about getting the new tank set up. And I'm also, Rob, was you here when I said I'm getting rid of that 75-gallon, well, not the tank, but the fish in it? Those are convicts. I might keep them. I might keep in a smaller tank. I might keep one of the pairs because I like them. But the tanks over here, those fish are going, and those fish are going. I'm going to try and take them back to the LFS and see if they want to take them, not back to them, but take them to them because I bred all these fish and all the fish in that tank right there. Because that's going to be my shell dweller tank again. That's what I had it set up for original. And then, of course, I showed you these before. Got to be careful zooming out. I don't want to knock myself out again. I got those new tanks set up. And I got some upstairs that are new too that I'm going to bring down. But yep, I got some things in the pipeline. I got some things in the pipeline to do. Let's see here. I have a biture. Oh, nice. And we have Lana. Hello, Lana. Thank you for subbing. If you and Bite Guy has hello. Yeah, the biters are really nice. I've seen some Senegals that I was thinking about maybe trying one time, but I haven't done it yet. Welcome to the live stream, guys. Thank you for coming in. And we have Nathaniel Sampson. Do you know something about freshwater bass? I know a little bit. Largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, warmouth bass. Yeah, I got new tanks. I've had them for a bit. I just haven't had the all the supplies to build my new rack. It's basically just cinder blocks and 2x4s, but that'll be happening very soon. I'm really hoping by the end of this month I should be there. I do believe. And that's going to be exciting. So that way I'm even more excited about clearing all those tanks out, to be honest, too. That'll be a lot of new tank space for a lot of stuff going on. Hello, Keith. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in to say hello. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm praying for you. I know that you've been going through some really hard times. And it's good to see you in here. Very good to see you. Rob, shall we move to the U.S. and show Jeff how to set that? Yeah, there's a lot down here, a lot of space. Yep, there definitely is a lot of space down there. I mean, if I could clone myself and to help with the maintenance and whatnot, I could do it. But if I did something like that, I'd probably want to go all out and have like a automated water change system and have some floor drains or something to go down, and that would be nice. Yeah, I still run out of the room. Really? Wow. That'd be a lot of tanks. I wonder how many tanks I could fit down here. I wonder. I'm pretty content with what I have, but I'd be even more content once I have the room to do what I need to do. In those the tank space is what I need. In those 75-gallon tanks, I could really produce a lot of nice live bears in those tanks. Like some of those koi swords like Craig has. I'd love to get some of them. They would sell like hotcakes here, I know that. Because those are just the most beautiful sword tails. Run a different setup for 3 months. Pay for the fit. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, we could all be big enough for all three of us down here. I'd have my own little section. You guys could have the rest. Yep, about 1,700 square feet down here. It's the same footprint as upstairs. Basement tomatoes. Oh yeah, get it like a yeah, like aquaponics going on. Yep. It would be nice. It would be a business from home. Yeah, that's. I'm trying to make it a small business, very, best I can with what my meager resources. I just working on it bit by bit. Yeah, the aquaponics, you could have vegetables and save on food bills. And I mean, you could probably even use the ornamental fish in the aquaponics system and sell those too. You're being a good boy these days. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if it's legal here to do that. I know it's people can buy it here legally in this state anyway. You're back. Well, yes. Sorry about that, TK. I messed up again. Hello, Kaz. Welcome. Good to see you. Can you see the stream elements I have here? This is for Charlotte, for her channel. I'm pretty sure most people know her, but if you haven't, check out her great channel. And also with Rob's channel, I got him on here. And everybody else, Glenn, everybody. If you see anybody new in here, it's always good to support each other. I always try to do that. Yes, and I'm pretty sure I already got Kaz. Yes, Kaz has the ranch. I was trying to give one to B Wizzle. I'm not sure if it worked or not. So nice to have you here, Kaz. Thank you. Oh, and even Stream Element said it for me. Thank you so very much for being here. But I did it myself, so you got the extra special personal touch. Well, it's really odd. I look in here and it says 1 minute was 12, and now it's down to 2 all of a sudden. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's great. Kind of pops in and out. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's been a day here so far. I've was on here twice. This is my second time coming back up because I hit the wrong something on the screen. It knocked me out of 2 streams already. Oh, you're here, Cass? Yep. And the figures are being, yeah, the figures are weird. I believe so. Oh, your phone died. Well, good. I got your wrench to you, though. That's what happened when I was, it wasn't your fault. It was my fault. I touched your name, but I think I touched something else near the bottom of the screen, and it knocked me right out, and it wasn't the end button. Oh, you're very welcome, Brandon. I meant to do this a long time ago, but I thought I already had you as a moderator, and then I seen you in here. I was like, wait a minute, Brandon doesn't have one. Oh, thanks a lot, Glenn. Yeah, Brandon's a great guy here in America. He's a nice guy. He's very supportive of everybody else. Well, I did something really stupid today. Went for live food at a local breeder, was dropping off fish. Something fell in the bag. Oh, I love it when that happens, Kaz. Do I dare ask what it is, or is it going to be a surprise? That is so nice when that happens. It's always fun and exciting when you see something that really catches your eye and you're like, oh, I got it. That's a good feeling. That's where I'm going to be at when I make this tank space down here and I get my new fish. I'm going to be Really pleased. And also my shrimp. Oh, a pair of pearl gourami. Oh, nice. Oh, those are beautiful too. I love gouramis. Right now I have the paradise gourami. I'm going to try and find a male for her. They got a little bit of territorialism to them, but she's not bad. Not bad at all, really. She doesn't... Yeah, nothing wrong with the unexpected acquisition, you bet. Sometimes those are the best acquisitions. The ones that you're not expecting. Just something spontaneous. Sometimes the spontaneous is better than planned, to be honest. But like the old saying goes, you got to strike while the iron's hot. You see something that's really nice, don't regret it later. Something you know that you're going to want to get, sometimes it's better just to get it. 2 males? On porridge till the end of the month. I know that. I know how that goes. We call that here in America, we call that ramen week. We eat ramen noodles 5 days a week. Male and female, that's great. Thank you very much, Brandon. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm really happy about that. I'm getting pretty close to my 1K, I think. I'm about 888 out of 1K. And then my watch hours are going up. I think I'm about 200 hours away from my 4K. And I've been enjoying it, getting there. I did, Jacob, back on the 4th of July, I became monetized. I got, you get 500 subs, and I think it's 3,000 watch hours, and you can get memberships and then a couple other little things. And then after that, when you get 1K and then 4,000 watch hours, then when they put ads up, the ones that you see and you skip on them, every time they do that, I guess the person gets a couple pennies or something. So it all adds up, you know, just a little bit here, a little bit there. But yeah, it's, I'm glad of that. I missed the boat so many times in my life waiting for a better chance. You know what? That's right. Oh, thank you very much. Brandon, you don't have to do that. That's very kind of you, sir. Scott's porridge oats done in the pan. Yummy. Stick to your ribs. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you, Rob. Thank you very much for that. You're too generous to me, mate. You gotta... It's very nice. Thank you so much. That is fantastic. That's going to help me. That money, the money I make on here, goes back into my fish room. And, yep, in the fish room for my new fish and stuff. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Brandon. You guys are fantastic. Everybody here, I love everybody in here. It's so nice. Yes, that's very, very kind. But yeah, I'm excited. If they will take my African cichlids, they might even give me some credit for them. I might actually do that and actually come back with something. What I want to do is I got to call him up. His name is Rick. I'm going to call him up. I'm going to do a video tour from my basement, lifetime, and I'll show him the fish in real life as they're swimming around, and then I'll say, okay, what do you want to do with these? If he tells me a number, you know, stick to it, and I'll bring him in. For me, I do it to help your hobby journey or even to buy your next jar of coffee, so it saves you money. That is very nice. Every once in a while, if we're absolutely broke, stuff like that does help, you know, with a coffee or something, or, yeah. And I do enjoy my coffee, you know that. Isn't he? He is. Yes. You know, it's not about the money, though. It's about the people. We got great people, absolutely fantastic people, everyone here. And I've had, everybody has their ups and downs with people in certain arenas. But I stick to my people and stick to people who, are nice and want to spend time with me, and I love that. And I do the same for them. And those that don't like me and, shun me or whatever, that's their choice to make. And I respect that, and I stay away from them, and they stay away from me, and that's how we do it. I just keep moving forward. And I got my fish room, I got my wife, I got you guys. I'm very well off. Yes, that's right. That is the best thing. Come and stay with me for a month on Porridge, and you'll be skinny in time to go back. Oh yeah, I could use that too, Kaz. I could use to lose a few pounds. I'm at 220. I'm 6'2". I weigh 222, but I could stand to lose those 22 pounds. That would work. If we're all the same, life would be boring. You better believe it. It's so nice at the end of the day. We are all adults here. At the end of the day, you're right, Rob. Absolutely right, brother. You got it. Yeah, I could come home a new man, Kaz. I'd be nice and trim, and that would be nice. Absolutely. Much love to you, Brandon, my brother. We got a lot of nice people here, Brandon. If you've never met them before, all fantastic people here. Amen on that, Rob. Amen. My body is fully aged, and my mind thinks I'm... You know what? There you go, Glenn. I'm in the same boat. The porridge pot awaits. All right. So that's Scotland I need to head to then, right? I was planning to come over to the UK anyhow, so it's just a little bit north, right? Most to have great... yes, right. Absolutely. There's always diversity in people. There's always people that may not get along. But in the end of the day, like Rob says, we're all adults. We all find our place. And, we know where the love is. We know where the caring is. We know where we belong. I belong here with you guys. I have no life outside my fish room. So far, it's me and my socializing. That's exactly where I'm at, Rob. I very rarely leave the house just to get groceries and come back home. Or take my wife to her doctor appointments and stuff like that. I love Scotland. My family name traces back to the Scottish roots. Oh, nice. My wife was actually, before we met, she traveled to England, and her sister lived in a place called Benfleet, Essex. And she lived most of her life there. And she also has been to other parts of England. I think she was in London at one time, and she went to Wales. And then, I'm not sure, her father, name was Ryan, so that she's a good part Irish. Irish Scottish heritage, yeah. Yeah, my wife her maiden name is Ryan. And her dad was, I think, mostly Irish, half Irish. He was quite a bit. Got mine delivered today, Kaz. Oh, nice, the sand. Wonderful. I was offered a job in Essex. We looked at properties in Benfleet, but were very expensive there. Yeah, they had a really huge home there. They would send us pictures of them. We're like, our jaws would hit the floor. It's like, wow. And they had and their place was so big, they had a smaller home out back for Peter. His name was Peter, her husband who's passed away. But they had a smaller house out back of their house for the in-laws. When they became old, they went there to live and they took care of them. So they had the outside home and then the main house. And it was really nice. Even the smaller home was beautiful. It was just like, wow. They had a good sized chunk of land too. I know that she worked in jewelry, and then he was a headmaster at I'm not sure if it's a university or if it was just a school, but he was a headmaster, and he was there for a long time teaching. Yeah, lots of land with your property. Mine here, one of these days I'll do an outside walk around my place to show you guys. It's not a gigantic yard, but it's decent. I mean, if I wanted to do maybe a koi pond sometime, I could have a nice little pond. Yes, and much love to Bewizzle. Yes. Yeah, I'll do that sometime. I got a nice little deck out back. I know I have a gazebo, but we had a tornado come through and it took 2 of the panels off. And insurance did cover that, but for some reason or another, the repairs on it were more than what they did, so we weren't able to afford it. So we had to repurpose the money. I want to see America outside, please. Oh yes, I will do that. I'll do some. I'll do a live stream outside sometime to show you the property and stuff like that. I got one of my other cats. You've never seen this guy before. I'm going to pick him up so you guys can see him. Come here, Klondike. This little guy is. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come see Dad. Come see Daddy, honey. Come and see Daddy, little boy. This little guy is. Oh, he's beautiful. I'm going to turn the camera around for a quick second here so you can see him. This is Klondike. Look at here, honey. See? Look at this. Whoops. He doesn't want to. You see the Klondike? See right there? You beautiful little boy. Yeah. I tell you what, for 20 years old, this cat is doing really good. Yes, you are a good boy, honey. You want to go down? Go ahead. Yeah, I guess he was, he's a nice guy. Yeah, Klondike, and then the other one, his name is Tink. We had 3 brothers from the same litter. One was named Klaus, who actually died right before Christmas in 21. He was 18 years old. And then we have Tink and Klondike left, and they're going up to 21 pretty soon. Yeah, they're beautiful boys. I tell you what, they are basically our kids. They're beautiful. Let me get this one. Oh yeah, Klondike's a good guy. Gold Rush, yep. We struck it rich with him. Yep, Klondike, that's him. But it's spelled with a C. His name is spelled with a C for some reason. It's not the same K. But it's with a C instead of a K, but that's spelled the same way. I'm not sure why. I think it's because my wife's name is Kathy and it's spelled with a C, so she decided to do that. I knew I saw that name somewhere, yep. Let's see. Stream Elements, yep. I tell you, I've had a great afternoon here, guys, and I hope you guys are having a nice. We have a garden center called Klondike. Oh, wow. We had 4 daughters and a son. All the girls have the initials KL. Oh, wow, okay. That's interesting. We've never had any children here, but we have our cats. And My brother, he has 2 daughters, but son has a biblical name. Is it John? Or would it be, what biblical name would that be? Is your son the oldest or the youngest or in between? I'm the youngest of 4 in my family. Both of my sisters passed away. I'm going to turn the camera around so you don't have to look at me. Barry. Benjamin Matthew. Oh, yes. Hello, GRB. I'm doing pretty darn good here. I got a lot of fantastic people, including yourself, in here. So good to see you, mate. And we have Melvin has joined us. Welcome. Melvin is in the building. Don't forget to smash that like button. Make Melvin very happy. And it makes me happy, too. That's one of Melvin's prerequisites. Pound Melvin in the building. Good to see you there, my friend. Yep, we were just talking. I had my cat up here a minute ago to show everybody, but he went back upstairs with Kathy. That's Kathy's cat, basically. He stays with her. She's pretty much in the bed most of the time, so he's with her a lot and takes care of her, and I go up there and fix food and stuff, and yeah. Small Time Tanks, how you doing, Joe? Here's somebody I haven't seen in a while. Small Time Tanks, his name is Joe, and he's a good guy. He's got a nice little channel, and everybody here is fantastic too, Joe, so you want to check out other channels. Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to wait till this goes up. I don't want this to knock me out again. Oh, it did. No, it didn't. I'm going to give you a, there we go, add as a moderator. I don't want to do this again. There we go. There you go, GRB. I'm sorry, I did it without messing up this time. There we are. Now you can check out channels easier. It makes it easier to check everybody out and support each other. You know, I like to do that. Sorry guys, need to nip off to get bleeping fire alarm, and the dogs are freaking out. They hate it. Oh, okay, Kaz. Understandable. They don't like that high-pitched noise. So good to have you in here, dear. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. So blessed to have you guys here. Thank you so much, everyone. Good day, Monster Fish Gal. Hello, Mel. TK. If I was to turn the camera on, I just got my magnifying glass here reading stuff, guys, so you don't have to look at my face magnified. That's good. But you know what now? Put that picture in your mind like, oh my gosh. I got a small group of baby plecos going. Oh, nice. That's always fun. I got a group of them too. Yep, I got some albinos in a little. They're in a pistol hut of all things. The males in there guarding them. I think they're in the wiggling stage right now. How you all? TK says. Nice. Wonderful people doing wonderful things. Saying hello. Trumpet snails on takeover. Oh yeah. You know, they don't bother me though, the trumpet snails, to be honest. The people say, oh, you're gonna get a huge biomass that's gonna crash the tank, but honestly, as soon as one of them die, the other ones will feed on it before it turns bad, pretty much. If you got a lot of them, all you'll have is a bunch of empty shells at some point. Here still doing water changes in the shrimp tanks. Ah, yes. That's another thing I want to do, is start my Carradina tank when I set that new rack up. I think I'm going to use a 40 liter for that, 10-gallon tank. That way it won't cost too much for the active soil. Which one is that? Brightwell, I believe it is. Brightwell, to keep the pH lower, and then also I need to get a RO unit. But I was looking at, I think it was Glenn's Pure Red Line he has, and they're just beautiful. Because I do like the crystal reds and the crystal blacks both. You'd be better off with the 10-gallon tanks. Yes, I think I'm going to do that for my Carradinas and see how that works out. And that'll be epic because that'll be my very first Carradina, so it's going to be history making here in my fish room. 50 liter, Jeff, for a 10-gallon? Oh, okay. That's what I have is the 10 gallons. I also have 20 gallon, which is an 80 liter. I could do it there. 45 to 50 liter, okay. I got to keep the pest snails in check or they will drown out my mystery snails. Oh, yeah. That's another thing I need to get back in the fish room. I used to breed mystery snails, and I tell you what, they were very good sellers. I had some absolutely gorgeous ones. Welcome back, David. I was just going over some of the changes in the fish room that are coming, and I will be breeding mystery snails again. And they're just, I mean, I love mystery snails. I've had some really, really good looking ones. And I've done it several times, so I know how to do that. US gallon is about 38 liters, but would still be okay. Okay. Well, like I say, if I need a bigger tank, I can always, do a 20 gallon, which would be, what, about 80 liter roughly. I get 5 cents a piece from the fish store in trade. 5 cents for a mystery snail? Really? What I would do is I would go to, on my Get Gills, and I had them, and I'd put like 50 cents a piece, and they would sell out. And that, or you can sell them like 10 of them, say 10 for $8 for 10 of them or something. You get about almost $1 a piece, which is reasonable. Because when you breed them, you end up getting hundreds. Ram's horn, 2 types. Yes. Yeah, I'd sell them privately before I'd take them if the LFS is only giving you that much for them. Because you get there and you see they're selling them for $4 or $5 a piece. And they're only giving you 5 cents. If they're selling them for $5 a piece, they should give you at least $1 each. Nebraska is really big into fish. Too many people doing now. Used to get a better deal. Everybody I've dealt with, my LFS has always ripped me off for years though. This is even back in the olden days back in the 70s and 80s even. And he never gave me a good deal on anything. He's just too shrewd. He's a very shrewd businessman. And he's not getting that good of a deal from his people. I mean, he gets stuff wholesale, but he's getting better stuff, cheaper, from the local talent breeding in the same water, and good homebred fish that are actually delivered to him rather than him paying shipping. So it's in his best, if he was smart, he would deal more with the public and get better stuff. He just has to, lighten up a little bit, because he can still sell the stuff at a good price. Because he is the only LFS in the area. So he basically, that's when I started doing, so where did you, yes, I did. What happened, I was making, I got to do you too. Hold on a second. I don't want to mess this up. I was given V-Wizzle his wrench. I like to do this for you. So that way, if you want to check out other channels whipped, you can go ahead and do that. I meant to do that before, but I wasn't thinking right. Apparently, I was too flustered from this. I had it twice that it happened to me. Yep, I was hitting buttons, and I somehow it got buggered, and I was like, uh-oh. Yep, hitting buttons. Oh, is B-Wizzle still in? Hello, Brandon, if you're still in here. Melvin's here. Yep. And Melvin's friend, Chona, she calls the wrench, she calls him a jacket. That's interesting. Some people call them spammers. Some people call them wrench. I just call them a blue wrench, wrench. Some people, and his friend calls him a jacket. And here is Lottie's Nature's channel. She's new to YouTube pretty much. Her channel's just getting started out, and I want to support her and get her channel going really well. So I'm not sure if anybody's seen her channel, but she's got some really neat stuff. She's got fish. She's got exotics. She has a beautiful praying mantis that's really interesting. Lots of nice stuff. Millipedes. Yeah, really great stuff. Some frogs. Oh, and Glenn sub whip. That's great. Thanks, Glenn. We got a wonderful community here helping each other out. Definitely do. It's been fantastic. But she has some really interesting things. She has ferrets. She's got poison dart frogs, beautiful ones. And Glenn does too, as far as that goes. If you're interested in any reptiles and stuff, and also the jumping spiders, I've always been fascinated with them, Glenn, long before I even met you. I love them because they got such precise movement when they're moving around. It's with a purpose. Every time they move, it's not like, like a lazy spider just walking along. They're really fast and precise, and I think that's cool. I got millipedes, frogs, isopods, and of course shrimp and fish. And oh yeah, the jumpers, yep. And those millipedes are pink dragons are beautiful. I watched the video over again after I went back and I watched your short on them, and they're just gorgeous. They kind of look like a centipede almost with their longer legs, but they are really very colorful. I would love to have platies, rainbows, barbs, light creamsicle mollies, marble mollies, tetras, and etc. Yeah, that's a nice group of fish there, Melvin. There's a lot of fish I want to get too. Well, I got to show you this here. You're going to like this one. These guys are being a little bit comical over here. Got the pair of pink convicts. They just kind of run her off a little bit. But in this tank, I had the bad news when I cleaned this tank out. You can see up at the top there's very little duckweed. I'm still scooping that out, but I lost my big peacock dragon blood and also the red zebra that was in this tank. So now we got these guys here. They're all kind of like playing tag with each other. Nobody's getting hurt. They just kind of flare at each other, and it's almost like they're playing, Next year I'm going to start blueberry snails. Oh yeah, I've seen those. They are beautiful. And those are live-bearing snails, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Because there's the white wizard snails I want to get too, and they're like almost like a trapdoor snail, like a Japanese trapdoor snail, and they give birth to like 1 or 2 babies, the same as the rabbit snails I have. My rabbit snails are doing quite well. I started out with 4. And I think I probably have maybe 10 or 15 now. Yeah, the blueberries are the live birth. Yep. I like that. The mystery snails, I got to take them out, put them in an incubator, and then when they get really pliable, you just kind of, when the egg mass starts to fall apart, or you barely touch it and it starts falling apart, you pick it up and you just rub your fingers together gently in the water, and all the little babies float down to the bottom. And when they get down there, then next thing you know, you'll see little white spots all over the glass. Those are the little baby mystery snails. And then when they start getting a little size on them, it's really, really cool. You haven't had luck with the rabbits? I think they need much. I got mine in about 78 degrees. I got them with my, I got to keep them with my shell dwellers, of all things. I have a second tank of multifasciatus, the little teeny cichlids. 21, 22 Celsius, yeah, that's, they don't need too warm of, we got so many mystery snail babies. Oh yeah, I love those. Absolutely love them. Well, I know they need a hard water, and your water might come out hard on the tap. Mine comes out really hard on the tap, but I have no KH. And so there's no buffer in it, and it will drop after a couple days or maybe even sooner. And so what I do in that tank, of course it's with my shell dwellers, which like a really high pH. I have them on aragonite sand, and that holds the pH a little better. Yep. You have hard water, and if you tested your KH, that's the carbonate hardness, and that way you find that out. Because if you have, because like mine comes out really rock hard out of the faucet, but it doesn't have any buffer. And without the buffer, it's going to drop. And that's the reason why I keep, for my shell dwellers, I keep the aragonite. I have to do that to keep it up around 8.0. It holds at about 8.0, maybe 8.2 at the most. I love newts and turtles. Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind having, if I had a nice pond or something, I wouldn't mind having a nice, yep, pink convicts, I got them. I got a pair of them in there. And what's interesting, look at this. The male has that traditional orange stomach, the same as the female, which I've never seen that. So I'm gonna try and keep some of them fried when as soon as they have them. But they're acting like they're getting ready to do that over here. Let me just move this over. There's the female there. Maybe it's because they came from PetSmart. Oh, no, the apple or the rabbit snails? No, that should be fine. It might be the KH, might be. I'll tell you one thing, it took them forever. When I got mine, how long have you had them? Because I got mine and they were all adults, and I never seen a baby for the first 6 months. And then one day I was sitting in there watching, I seen this little black snail crawling across the bottom of the tank. I'm like, what is that? It was a little too fat to be a Malaysian trumpet snail, and also too dark. And the little orange face there, I was like, little tiny duplicate. Oh, you don't, they die in a few months. Oh. Oh, the yellow fire mouse, yeah, those are a little more rare. That's the Therichthys passions. I believe that's how they're pronounced, if I'm not mistaken. Passions, something like that. But they have, on them, they have, instead of a red flare, they have a black gill that comes out. And that's kind of dramatic too, when you see like the fire mouth when they flare out. There's the fire mouth back there. When he comes out, he'll flare out at those guys. And when the yellow ones do that, it'll be black instead of the red. Like when you see your fire mouse, Melvin, when they do that. But they should breed They should breed for you. I'm not sure if I gave you a male and a female of them. I'd have to take a look at them. If you ever want to do a little tour, I could look at them and probably tell you if you got a male and female. I might try again in the shrimp tank down the road. Yeah. Yep. But those blueberry snails, I think that would be fantastic. The blueberry, and I also want to get a white wizard. Even the Japanese trapdoor snails are really interesting. They don't overbreed. They only have a baby or two at a time, and I think that's like every month or maybe a little longer. What I found with mine is like every 45 days or so I might get a little baby rabbit snail. Yeah, about 45, 50 days. Over a month. I might try again in a shrimp tank. Yep. I would do that too. But, yes. Well, my friends, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn around so I can see you better. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably wrap it up here. I still need to go upstairs and cook some late lunch. We have a late dinner here too, so, but we have I'm on a late schedule. I'm up to about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I get up around 10:30 or 11, so it's almost time for, I already had breakfast a little while ago, but we got to feed my wife some lunch. Let's see what we got here. Take care, Joe. You take care too, my friend, and everybody out there. I want to thank you all very much. Rob, everybody, B Wizzle, Monster Fish Gal, everybody in the chat. I love you guys so much, and I want you all to have a very nice day, okay? Glenn, I'll talk to you soon, mate, and thank you so much. Whip, so good to see you, my friend. Let's get tanked, but I get tanked with the coffee here. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you later. Love you guys. Bye-bye.